Hey everybody, yeah, I'm back for another video, or 2 or 3 maybe. Yeah, this video is like basically, Randy like gave a challenge to anyone to do a wrestling video about any topic whatsoever. So like this one, I'm just gonna like say how much I fucking miss WCW. At the moment, I've been watching like quite a bit. I think it's all stemmed from like, recently I got the Rey Mysterio DVD, Biggest Little Man, and of course this like had an abundance of like cruiserweight matches from like the mid-90s where he was at, and like this was a period of WCW I didn't really see a lot of. Like WCW was probably like, I probably followed it more than WWF like in the early 90s because it was on terrestrial television in UK. It like showed WCW Worldwide, I think, or the Power Hour or something, and this like the timing like would normally change whether it be on late at night, on a Sunday night, or like sometimes on a Sunday afternoon, and it was fucking wicked. Like basically the wrestling, it seemed more about the wrestling than WWF, even though it did have some wacky gimmicks like PN News and fucking El Gigante and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been like watching like some old WCW. I watched Bash at the Beach 1993, and the main event was quite sucky. It was Sid Vicious and Vader, like under the name of the Masters of the Powerbomb, against Sting and British Bulldog. I don't think this main event was good, but some of the undercard was wicked. There was an Iron Man match with Ravishing Rick Rude and Dustin Rhodes. That was actually cool. Rick Rude was a fucking hell of a wrestler, and he was brilliant in WCW as a heel. Like, he made the transition from WWF to WCW, like, and back again and forth, really awesomely, I thought. And of course there was like Barry Windham and Ric Flair for the NWA title. That was an awesome match. And it was like the Hollywood Blondes are on there. They were a hell of a tag team. I loved Stunning Steve Austin back in the day, and of course Brian Pillman's one of my favourite wrestlers. And like I had a gap of like when I stopped watching wrestling, and these two came to WWF, and like I thought like these two like wrestlers were like real great, and I'm glad Austin of course fulfilled his potential, and Brian Pillman. It's a shame he had an accident and like just like I had problems basically, because I think he could have been something. But yeah, I also been watching like a lot of like late NWO era WCW, and like it was gripping stuff. The crowds were always fucking hot around this era in WCW, and it's just a shame looking back on it now to think that it's gone, because like I don't think TNA like lives up to like being the alternative to WWE that WCW did as an alternative to WWF. And of course there's our Monday Night Raw wars, and that was like just a hot time for wrestling that brought out the competition for like both of them, and like ECW was like just there under the radar, and like, of course like both the big companies borrowed off of ECW, and I think that may have made like wrestling slightly better then, but who knows, like who am I to say that. Yeah, I just basically miss it a hell of a lot, because it like just showcased a lot of talent, a lot of stars were developed in WCW and WWF. Of course there was a lot of bad decisions in WCW, and of course it ended to its demise, which is really sad, because the latter days of WCW, they were, I don't know, although a lot of it was fucking bullshit, I was quite entertained by some of the like decisions and that, pole on a pole match, whatever, you know. It like just became more of a comedy, I suppose, and like TNA sometimes has a bit of that too, but I don't know, it just doesn't fit well now in this era, I don't think. And yeah, that's all I got to say really. I really miss WCW, and seeing some of the cruiserweight matches on here blew me away, like especially ones with Ultimo Dragon and Ray, and like of course Dean Malenko was a hell of a wrestler, and like made a star out of Jericho, and yeah, WCW, I really miss it. That's all I got to say. I'm probably gonna do another video. See you in a bit.